It has been nearly 5 weeks since my hysterectomy, and I am finally ready to talk about it. Hi, I'm Renee. I'm a gender-affirming voice teacher, and I'm also a non-binary person who has been pursuing a medical transition. Last month, I had a hysterectomy, and after having top surgery last year, I have to say, these recovery processes were nothing alike. Let me elaborate. I had a laparoscopic hysterectomy with bilateral salpingectomy, which means I had my uterus and cervix removed along with the fallopian tubes, but not my ovaries. This surgery is considered minimally invasive since you are only left with like a few small incisions on your abdomen, but it's still abdominal surgery. And I remember waking up in recovery really feeling like I had someone rifling around in there, My bladder really hurt and it felt like I had to pee really bad, but it took me 3 hours before I was able to pee, which then allowed me to leave recovery. I think it probably took me this long to finally pee because I learned after that during surgery, they insert a catheter so that they can keep your bladder empty so that they can more easily move it out of the way of the uterus. So when I woke up in recovery, I just didn't have anything in my bladder to pee. And it took me 3 hours to drink enough and to wake my bladder up enough before they would let me go. I had a lot of abdominal pain that first night, and I was getting up to pee every 15 minutes. And the pain got better day by day, but it was surprisingly painful for a lot longer than I expected. At least 2 weeks after surgery, I had abdominal pain. And I think that I was surprised by this because I found the pain after top surgery a lot more tolerable than my hysterectomy. However, I was a lot more mobile after my hysterectomy than after top surgery. As I said, I was getting up to pee every 15 minutes, and while unpleasant, I didn't have any trouble moving around. The next day, I was already able to make my coffee, and I took a short walk to a park nearby with my mom, who was taking care of me for the first few days after surgery. Now, at 5 weeks, I feel more or less back to normal. I don't have any abdominal pain related to bladder or bowel function anymore, but I'm still mindful not to lift more than 5 pounds before the 8-week mark. I do still get fatigued more easily, and I can kind of feel the suggestion of abdominal pain if I push myself too hard, so I'm still taking it pretty easy. Someone asked me if I feel different now that I've had the hysterectomy, now that I definitely won't ever be getting pregnant. Is there some grief there to process? And honestly, I just feel so grateful that this huge life decision has finally been made once and for all. I don't have to spend any more time preoccupied by will I, won't I ever get pregnant? I won't. I obviously have a lot more thoughts and feelings about my hysterectomy, but I'll leave it here for now. And if you have any questions about my hysterectomy, about how the procedure went, about how recovery was, about my thoughts about it as a non-binary person, please leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you really quickly. And I hope this helps. Oh, and thank you to everybody for being so patient with me while I've had a month and a half off from posting content. I know I've been gone a long time between my move and this surgery. It was all super unexpected. So thank you so much for your patience.